跳ねて再び敵となるわけだ。ぜあー、この中を。これが俺の闇のみの力。そして。
Hey there, pirates! Welcome aboard the Anime No Me channel. Let's get straight to the point. Could Blackbeard be the son of Rox D. Xebec in One Piece? I think this theory has a lot more to offer than it seems at first glance, and I'm going to show you why. First of all, this isn't just some barroom chatter, but you also don't need to take it too seriously, because the goal here is to have fun while diving into the clues that Eiichiro Oda has sprinkled throughout the manga, especially in the chapters that explore the era of the Rox pirates and Blackbeard's rise. I hope for your support to help our crew win, and to do so, you just need to click the thumbs up button, leave a like, and subscribe to the channel. By doing this, you will win an incredible devil fruit, so just comment which fruit you want. So, let's start by remembering who Rox D. Xebec was. One of the most feared pirates in One Piece history, leader of the Rox pirates before being taken down in the legendary God Valley battle, shown in chapter 957. Rox is practically a living legend, and it's no coincidence that his name keeps popping up in serious conversations about the dark past of the pirate world. That air of mystery around him is exactly what makes the ground fertile for wild theories, like this one about Blackbeard being his son. Think about it. Blackbeard, or Marshall D. Teach, enters the story in a very unusual way, with a really shady past, especially before joining the Whitebeard pirates. Back in chapter 432, when he's introduced, he already comes off as someone with an unusual level of ambition and cunning. But what really draws attention to the possibility of a direct connection to Rox is his middle name, D. That D isn't just some throwaway detail, it's a marker that, as far as we know, connects characters with massive importance in the story. And Rox is one of them. On top of that, Teach's personality lines up perfectly with what you'd expect from someone like Rox's son. Ambitious, ruthless, a master strategist who won't hesitate to go against anyone to reach the top, just like his possible father would have done. In chapter 957, when Oda shows the God Valley battle, he makes it clear that the Rox pirates weren't afraid to challenge the world itself, driven by an almost endless thirst for power, which fits Blackbeard's vibe to a T. Let's take a closer look at Blackbeard's behavior in key moments that might suggest he's carrying Rox's blood, not just in name, but in how he thinks and acts. In chapter 1050, when Blackbeard lays out his plan to become the next pirate king, his ambition is just as big as Rox. But it's not just the scale of it, it's also the way he manipulates the people around him, his cold and calculated approach to getting what he wants, no matter who gets in the way. Anyone who knows the story of Rox knows he wasn't any different. He played big and never backed down, even if it meant challenging the most powerful people in the world. Also, Blackbeard's mysterious past, the total lack of info about his childhood and origins, feels like more than just an empty space for fan theories. It feels like Oda intentionally left it blank so readers could fill it in themselves. If you're paying attention, the hints start to show up. For example, in chapter 1043, during conversations between characters like Silver's Rayleigh, there's this sense that Blackbeard's past is some kind of locked-up secret. I think that just reinforces the idea that Oda is building up to something big, maybe even a confirmation of this link to the Rox legacy. Another interesting point is the contrast between Blackbeard and Luffy. Both carry the D in their names, yet they walk completely different paths. Luffy's all about the adventure, enjoying the journey and protecting his friends. Teach is the total opposite, driven by an ambition and the desire for power and control. That difference might be explained by a direct bloodline. Rox didn't just want to be a regular pirate, he wanted to rule the world. Maybe Blackbeard inherited not just his blood, but his worldview, and that would explain a lot about his actions. The devil fruit powers also come into this. The fact that Teach has not one, but two powers is something no one has fully explained yet. I think that could be tied to some knowledge or ability passed down from Rox, or maybe even a rare genetic trait that only someone from Rox's bloodline would have. After all, having such a unique and game-breaking advantage doesn't sound like something a random pirate would just stumble into, does it? In chapters 923 and 981, when those powers are shown, you can feel there's something special going on, something that might trace back to Rox's legacy. And another thing worth pointing out is the way Blackbeard deals with the world government and other authorities. He's basically the opposite of a Shichibukai, the group that cooperates with the government to maintain order, even if it's a messed up one. Teach wants to destroy that order and build a new one, which is very much in line with what Rox tried to do. The Rox pirates shook up governments, challenged kings, and even clashed with revolutionaries. That kind of extreme rebellion and desire to overthrow systems perfectly fits with the idea that Blackbeard might be the son of someone like Rox. You can also think about the way Blackbeard's crew is built. He doesn't just pick the strongest, but those who have a dark past with hidden motivations who might not find a place in other crews. This really reminds me of how the Rox crew gathered people with dark and powerful ideals. Blackbeard isn't just a leader, he's someone who knows how to attract and command a group that functions like a mini revolution against the status quo. This similarity in leadership style makes me think there's more than just a coincidence here. Another important point I think is worth highlighting is the mystery surrounding Teach's childhood, which is basically a blank space in the manga. Unlike Luffy or Ace, about whom we know a lot regarding their origins, Blackbeard appears almost out of nowhere, like an enigma. Maybe Oda left this intentionally open to make room for theories like this one. And here's another piece of evidence: the similarity in ideals. Rox wanted to control the world and even challenge the world government. Teach later follows this same line, wanting to dominate the seas, especially after he manages to acquire 2 devil fruit powers, something no one else has done so far. Chapters 923 and 981 give us an idea of that. It's no coincidence that Blackbeard became one of the most dangerous pirates after the Rox era. Maybe it's like he's carrying his father's legacy, even if it's not explicitly stated in the manga. Who knows? Oda might be saving that reveal for a special moment because it has all the potential to be a jaw-dropping plot twist. Another detail I find interesting is how Teach formed his crew. He has a collection of equally dark characters with hidden motivations, which closely resembles Rox's style of gathering people, who, despite their flaws and secrets, shared a common vision to dominate the world. In chapter 982, when we see Blackbeard's pirates in action, it's clear this crew functions more like a family with very strong interests than just a group of ordinary pirates. This could also be a leftover influence from a father as powerful as Rox, who also led a crew with dark and ambitious goals. There's also the issue of the ideals behind the D. The connection between the bearers of this initial always carries a hint of rebellion against the world government, something Rox embodied strongly and that Blackbeard clearly also represents. I think if he really is Rox's son, that would explain a lot about his behavior and his role in the story, because it's not just a name, it's a legacy of fighting against a larger system, and maybe a desire to finish what his father started.
正直男ならおめえの術に逆らえなんて不可能だ。今日だったらやり殺すか。
That was today's content. We hope you liked it and want to share your opinion on the subject. Don't forget to share the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay amazing.